Gamers, we are back with the new look Bazaar, like 6 seconds after that video ended. I'm not going into ranked, because I heard that ranked is just kind of like a pig fiesta. It might change as of tomorrow, for all I know. But for today, I'm having a good time in unranked. I'm going to keep it that way. And we're going enchanted plus 6 gold. No Zor Acid today. I think they're all really bad. What do you mean it has double slow duration? It clearly doesn't, man. I'm gonna go Powder Flask just to enable some early high damage builds.
My battle days are over, but use it well.
I think that's okay, man. I think that's an acceptable start here. It's gonna make us a bit of a menace to deal with. Also feel like Cutlass goes crazy. I also feel like Zor Acid goes crazy. Maybe instead of a reloader. It's hard to argue with this, man. There's one argument I would make. It's pretty slow. But if we can slow down the enemy and thus, you know, get ourselves out in front of it. Shark Claws is just that good. I've heard some people say, not me, but some people. I have to make up people now because Apollo doesn't play the Bazaar anymore. I've heard some people say that Shark Claws may be the best Vanessa item in the game at present. And I'm not in a position to argue. Faster Shark Claws is the, or the skill. Skill's good. Oh no, it's not the same skill that I thought. It's still nice, but it's not the skill that I thought it was. Sounds crazy. Give me 3 regen, man. I never take 3 regen. It's the sort of thing that can make a difference. We have a friend. So I always take the XP because I'd love to win day 1. But I'm predominantly concerned with making sure that we hit level 3 by the end of day 2. Get a bigger board, which especially with something like Shark Claws means we put out more weapons. It's just in a good spot. 3 regen is going to be a little helpful against 6 poison. That's kind of nice. You have a crit chance? You got no crit chance. Still though, you got to hold on this one. You got to believe. I think we lose. The poison just is relentless. And then...
Time is long, but I have none left for you.
Seeing them on 5 health with 5 regen is just, it stings a little bit, to be honest. But that's how she goes, man. That's how she goes. Rightmost item, 8% crit chance. It's something. Could have saved us in that one. But that's just day 1. You lose 1 prestige and you got to fight a monster at some point. But so the new look build is this. And then I think the no-brainer is you're going to want that. But the stealth pick is if we can get Zor Acid plus a bunch of burn, hasting this stuff would be nice too. Hey, Tomo. I'll take a neutral item. You never know, man. It could be worse on day 2. Probably. Okay, Borear. As far as I know, Borear is just like a no-go zone right now. First time you use an item, each fight slow an item. That would also be a nice skill for us to have. I would be thrilled to have it. I think our run came together really quick, which is nice because on the last run, we didn't know what we were doing at all. Like things were going not well until very, very late in the game, but I think we got a better setup here. That's a good transformation target early, man. I can't be upset about that. Get 3 loot items. I don't know why I was like, I'm not even going to click on those. Right, whatever, to be honest. Well, you don't have to sell it yet. 2% doesn't matter that much, but you'd probably rather have it with like a board expansion, right? Pretty much useless. A burner strikes me as very useful. And to be honest, holsters might be... It's not going to fit today, but it could be useful. I actually think... I mean, you do 80 damage. It's a tough call. I think you might fit the bill. And then at least we have something to sell that into. Just because, like, this gives us... it's going to make... I can't do the math in my head. I need a pen and a pad for this. Every 3 seconds, not only will we apply burn, but we'll also generate 1 extra second of haste for these. 1 second of haste is worth 4 damage on all of our weapons, assuming they get a chance to go off. Like, there's a... I'm making it more complicated than it needs to be. But listen, we're going to lose, but that still might have been our best chance. Like, it's not like having the bolus out there was going to make up for this wide gulf. Also, don't care, didn't ask, you're playing Pig and unranked, so, like... I know you're going to hit me with the same logic I use. I used Pig before, it was cool. Yeah, well, now it's cool, so you got to suffer the slings and arrows of not being cool anymore. That's the way it goes, man. If you were into Good Charlotte in 1999, you're cool. If you're into Good Charlotte in 2008, no disrespect, Benji Madden, if you're watching this, but not so much, right? Pretty bad haster. Might rather... Well, we don't need reloading bolus. And you know why we don't need reloading bolus? Is because the only thing that matters is hitting hard as quickly as possible. That's not good, unfortunately. Hit hard as quickly as possible. This helps. We don't want it on the far right here, though. We want that. And you know, at some point, the board will expand, and we may actually want this. I guess I bought like 6 of those at the same time. Because it said I couldn't afford it after I already bought it. It would be nice to get the Fiery Cutlass. Normally, I'd go for the XP Max. But this guy drops Cutlass with such seemingly high incidence rate. And the Cutlass, of course, would charge the Zor Acid, which would charge Shark Claws, which would haste the Cutlass, which would charge Zor Acid, which would haste the Shark Claws, which would... You get the idea. So, I mean, there's a few good things here, but the Cutlass is the big one. Gold is probably the worst, believe it or not, which is a sign that this is a good fight, but... What do we wish to see? We're probably not going to level before tomorrow. %on everything. Pretty nice. 3% on something. Sounds crazy, maybe. I think it's the Zor Acid to charge, or to haste multiple items. Burn on the lighter. Knee brace on day 3. I don't think it's too late. But I do think we don't have the space, and we're not willing to cut anything from the board. Like, this is a build, and I think a character that's, like, designed to win right now. So I think it would be a mistake to give up like a 10% extra chance to win right now in order to have more HP later and just get dominated by pigs nonstop. I would really like you to just give me Zor Acid, which is a crazy play. Yeah, that did not work. Oh, back prime. If I had to guess, I would probably bet on this being another loss. But I really think we're a couple of fairly sensible upgrades away from really starting to pop. Are you a heavy critter? I don't... Oh, you're a little bit of a heavy critter. But wait, we rinsed you verily, sir. It wasn't even close. I was being demure by accident. Okay, so we're 1 and 2. That's a big win. We upgrade... The Cutlass upgrade is unnecessary. The Zor Acid upgrade is pivotal. Twice the haste, at a certain point, basically means having the charge time of adjacent items. You now come out here. You come out here just to become transformed. You do burn. You're not what we're built for, though. I know it looks like it has all the trappings of what we're looking for, but it's really not what we're looking for. Now, this is an interesting one, because you're like an unbelievably good item. But we're not an aquatic build. We do still have Powder Flask. I think we have to try to pivot to it. Even though this is a really good build, I think it has the potential to be a really good build. When I was on day 4, I had a very good build. You know what I'm talking about? You ever see The Simpsons or The Sopranos? It would be like that. You need more aquatic items. Shark Claws is aquatic, but it might not fully fit the bill. You're going to be burning 2.9 seconds. Okay, we want you to be perma-hasted. Aquatic. We want more aquatics, which we at present do not have. But we're in the aquatic shop, bro. You guys aren't the ones I'm looking for. That being said, the only thing that matters is how much we're multicasting.
Thank you.
It'd be nice to fight an aquatic enemy, I guess is what I'm trying to say. You gotta have some aquatic stuff.
The coral speaks.
12 seconds. 12 seconds is a crazy cooldown time. It would be better to just give it more ammo for sure. But once the haste starts, it's probably going to be like an 8-second cooldown time. And once it goes off once, the AI is dead. Players might have a chance, but the AI is dead. I don't think it's a crow's nest build, man. I know it's aquatic. I know the memes. I miss it too. Single weapon Vanessa is not what it used to be. Invuln potion is not what it ever was. What do you got? Gorgon Noble. Another chance for some aquatics if we win. Another chance for... Wait, you have none aquatics? Leftmost poison item having +4 poison would actually be kind of amazing. We do need to live first. I think I mentioned that part, but... It's looking solid, but it was also looking slightly dangerous, but... Wait, would you use the item to the right of this heal 30? I thought it was when you go off heal 30. That's actually like a pretty considerable heal, man. Basilisk's Fang.
Ride that tide.
Not even aquatic. Does get buffed by Shark Claws. We don't care. It's definitely burn and poison. That's a given. Small aquatic. I'd rather go to the shop with 15 gold and buy my own aquatics, hopefully. A friend gains +1 multicast for the fight, increases cooldown. I mean, it would be nice. It would be nice. There's got to be at least one aquatic. I was going to cry if there wasn't one aquatic. There was literally one, and it's not good for us. You're never going to make it back to the board. Let's hold it right here. I don't think the run got as good as I would like it to get by the end of day 4. But I do think we can build around the mini depth charge or whatever it's called, elemental depth charge. Especially with a reload, because it means it's not like a one-shot Andy. And especially because it's going off multiple times now. Wait, to me, this looks like an honorable pick, man. By the way, this skill at the start of the fight, burn yourself 4, that's like, there's a 10% chance of a negative event happening when you go to the mountain pass now. That's the negative event. You can get a diamond skill that is like a mild debuff. I think it's an interesting design choice. By the way, I'm not just saying this because I won. Honorable pig. I bow my head at thee. Honorable pig. Sounds like a Phoebe Buffet song, but well, I'm not going to regale you with it, but either way. It's going to be transforming Invuln potion. We want more aquatic items that burn. It's going to be an additional experience point. And then, you know what, man? You got some good stuff too, but we know we can beat the Gorgon Noble, and we didn't get the Gorgon Noble skill last time. We didn't, I mean, Trained Spider would be good. Toxic Blades would be good. I would probably just sell for the cooldown, but like it could be transformed into a medium poison item as well. Or, I guess it wouldn't necessarily, oh no, it would be poison. It would be toxic at least. I would love Vial of Blood. I would love your left. There's almost everything you drop is pretty good for us. Even Nightshade, dude. Because we would heal like 6 times, and then Nightshade would gain. So, oh my God, Basilisk Fang.
Now this is how you win
The name like a Portishead song. Okay, that honestly redeemed. Redeemed. You're done. You're done. You're staying. Hey, slow cooldown items. Zor acids, man. I mean, there's aquatics in here, don't get me wrong, but they're not the aquatics we're looking for. I just can't tell what I'm looking at here. I mean, haste and slow is really good for Mantis Shrimp, but it's not what we're really going for. That being said, we're already getting enough haste, so the slow is actually very deleterious. I actually think we want gold clamora and catfish. The reason being, we get 2 aquatics out there instead of 1, so we go to 7 on the multicast. I know, it seems a little crazy. Could upgrade a bronze lighter? I've really got to imagine that's pretty low priority right now. Reducing cooldowns by 10% is also kind of interesting, man. We have no bronzes to sell you. I think we roll past it, but it is interesting. Now, a burner is the play. I think Clamorum actually makes sense. A burner is the play. I can't afford it. You guys don't matter. And actually, if I can be honest, you don't really matter. Question be what would I put on instead? Because the burner is important because it charges. Yeah. I guess you'd matter a little bit more than I thought. We're back at 6 now, but like it's good. And you can go, although the slow actually helps. I don't know, I'm getting turned around here. The important thing is, I think we're in a great spot once the depth charge goes once. If we could just lower this cooldown, find a way to charge it faster, I become much more confident in my ability to succeed. And we're 2-2 after the end of day 4, and we're on a 2-day win streak. So, like, we have some momentum. Now, it doesn't really matter if you have momentum, depending on the opposition that you end up going up against, but you'd probably rather be on a winning streak than a losing streak. And you can see the power here. If we could just get the depth charge scaling. So you know what we're really looking for is a Yeti crab. And we'd have to figure out where we place it in relation to the Zora acid, because we still want the depth charge to have haste, but I think we need free stuff. I'm now at the point where I'm like, I don't want to go to the eating event, because I'd rather just take the regen, which is worse, because I don't have to click 7 times to sell the stuff. But that's my personal problem, maybe. That's a hard upgrade to get, so I'm happy to get it. And then the next one was going to be Zora acid anyway, because the extra haste may not matter a ton, but I mean, with the 12-second cooldown and CC coming in, I feel like I don't mind. I feel like we definitely lose to the Lich. What needs to be replaced? In principle, we shouldn't need Mantis Shrimp, Clamora, or Seaweed. Being able to replace them with better, preferably small aquatics would be nice. Mantis Shrimp it has a non-trivial impact right now because we get 3 slows at the start of the fight, but, you know, they're kind of like a package deal. And then Seaweed is just like, it's good, but because we're not fully built around aquatic, like we're not built around sustain. Our main goal is to blow up and then act like I ain't know nobody, is what I'm trying to say. These are huge, like unbelievably lucky 1 in 50 type rolls here. Diamond depth charge on day 6 is the sort of thing that should disgust our opposition, even though I do think we're beatable for sure. Probably by this pig who's on a perfect run, if I had to guess. You're never making it back. But that's the way she goes, man. So I would expect to be 3-3. If we could somehow freeze their whole board, which is not even going to happen because we only freeze mediums and smalls, and the main pig engine is this large item, and it also has a passive effect, so yeah, fair enough. Anyway, the long story short, I think we're cooked. But I don't know. Could be wrong, maybe. Let's give it a try. Let's not say it's over before it's even begun. Hang on, I see their health bar dipping. I have no idea how much health they have. They might have 2,000. They might have 5,000. It's impossible to tell. They might have 6,000. They might have 3,000. Even if they have 3,000, they rock our world, just to be clear. But we at least, you know, we made a sport of it, man. So that pig is just... This is too good. They're not... They were at 2,000 HP. We... How much damage did I do to you? I put 252 burn and poison on you. That's... And this is the hot fix, man. This is with the hot fix. Alright, yeah, sure. I would like to transform an item, but I'd also really like to just get an aquatic. That's not the one. Slow items? Sure, man.
And their rage resembles peace.
I just don't know which one would stick. But to be honest, we don't really need restorative. Heavy might actually be better. So I think I did that on purpose. And not just to buff Mantis Shrimp, although that's part of it. Does Weatherglass just, like, work? Oh, you're not aquatic, though, so I'd be taking out 2 aquatics just to... Yeah, that's not gonna happen. I could reload you, like, 7 times. Now, you're another slower, and I could put you between friends, but... We're not really a Mantis Shrimp-driven build, I think. I think we might try freeze skills, man, just because for once we're actually freezing. First time you freeze, haste 2 items. First time you burn, freeze. I mean, first time you burn, freeze is good enough. I would consider that, me personally, I consider that more of a burn skill, but... Now, get bonk, and I'll forgive you for that pig that we just went up against. Bonk is like the skill to end all skills, man. And then, again, we're fishing for better aquatics. Okay, now you're not gonna... Yeah, you slow every time you go off. I mistakenly thought you would slow every time an ammo item to the right fired, but that's not how it works, and to be honest, I should have known that, but... Spices is just not what we need, but again, a transformation target for sure. How about some more HP? 172 is actually a little light. I should have rethought that. Improves your poison items. Enchanted? I mean... Yeah, dude. You gotta try. It can't really be upgraded. +3 poison is good, but the enchantment? Okay, now restorative depth charge. That's like it's a one-stop shop solution, man. Now, we're not level 9, they're level 9, but I still think we got a great thing going. Diamond restorative elemental depth charge versus card table port shot glasses seaweed. Okay, that Mantis Shrimp is gonna hurt us real hard. But if we could just freeze it for 100 seconds, that would help. Hold. Buddy, freeze the only item that matters. Oh! Are you kidding me? I gotta admit, they just have a great build. The thing that's bugging me is I've played a decent amount of the Bazaar in my day. Our build is good, man. We're going up against some nightmare opposition right now. Diamond Aquatic, Diamond Aquatic, Diamond Aquatic, Diamond Aquatic. You will give me a Diamond Aquatic. Okay, we're moneyless right now, so the shop is less relevant. Silver tier ammo item. The silver tier loot, please. Lower cooldown, always not just good, very nice. Very nice because it allows you to not think about it and just sell it. Now this, there's gotta be an aquatic in here. I mean, when you slow charge an item for a second would be kind of sick. Poison items have +3 poison would also be kind of sick. Everything else, I don't really know. I guess it'd be okay to go to gold seaweed. I'm starting to get scared, man. It's got to be at least 4 on this run for how early we got that... For how early we got this diamond. It's got to be the shop. It's not port, I'll tell you that much. Bro, you trolled me. This is literally just an ammo shop, or a weapon shop. Can you use another friend? Charge this 2 seconds. I do like Tortuga. It's not what our run goes for. And I like it because I used it one time and it seemed to work pretty well. But small items. You're aquatic. I don't think you're better. Well, you might be better than... Well, we don't need the shield, man. Or do we?
Shall I gift wrap it for you?
Maybe we do. One thing's for sure, we don't need the seaweed, so like I wouldn't cry about that. Maybe there aren't the aquatic items that I like. I'm waiting for an item that doesn't exist. You know what I mean? I'm like, I need 3 small aquatic burners, please. They might not exist. I might be looking for something that exists only in my mind. I think we win this one though, just based on stats, which again is not necessarily fair, but yeah, that's looking pretty solid.
I have no pride for you.
I would still love for this to go faster somehow. I guess we could just, what if they give us like 10 rock feathers? And then we just sold them all and everything had like a 1-second cooldown. That could hit the spot. Haters will say it's not realistic. Enchantment. Enchant an item with crit effects. That's not going to happen. What I think should happen is a Azor Acid that's enchanted in some capacity. A burn is exactly what we wanted to see. Now we have a small aquatic burner. So you're going to go off way more often now. That's a huge enchantment. I don't think there's any two bones about it. You know what? Why not for now? We don't need you. You're not... You slow, which is big for Mantis Shrimp, but otherwise, I think it's trolling. We don't need it. We hold out for something a little better, man. Elite Duelist. I think... You bite your tongue and you say, let's give it a try, man, because you never know. Freeze their items fast enough and we don't have to worry about them. I'm looking at this and I'm saying I think there's a good chance we're going to have to worry about it. Oh no, my flask! It's broken! You would crit on that, man. Can you do me a favor? Freeze some stuff up? There you go. There you go. Good stuff. Sleeves are kind of tight. I don't want to rip the jacket, okay? Huge. Cleanse yourself when you're half dead. Can help you win a close match. Temporary boost. I mean, I'm gonna go for a weapon and just hope it's Zor Acid, man. Okay, that was like it's comical. It couldn't have been further away, I suppose. How about more freeze skills? And again, I don't really know what I'm even looking for. First time you crit freeze? I'll take first time you freeze haste 2 items. I don't know. Sells non-weapons. Non-weapon items. Not aquatic. When you use a friend, haste it for a second. Adjacent items are friends. That doesn't really matter much to me, I think. You matter. But you're not aquatic. Because you burn enough to charge enough. But the number of haste triggers we get doesn't matter now that I think about it. Okay, poor stats. Poor stats. I can live with that. A level 10 Mac on lethal with 3 wins. I feel like this run has 7 win potential. And it's possible that most of the growth of this run is actually going to happen via skills. Of course, for this to work, we need to win like right now. Holy cow, that is a deadly vat of acid. You are not joking, man. And there's no way for me to freeze it. But I can freeze basically everything else you got. Game's running a little chunky right now. This is where, if you were my age, you would say something like, do not adjust your television set. What you're experiencing is acute onset technical difficulties. Now that that's over with. Too many dang particle effects in the dang game, man. Huge. We live to scale another day. Are we a transformer here? I mean, the cinders have a really good chance to just be great, I guess. Yeah, +2 burn. Real great. At least it's like, you know, 2 in the hand versus none in the bush. I guess in that case, I'd probably take... Well, a burn in the bush, you'd probably want to go see a doctor. Yeah. Let's take that. I don't think we're built for the slow. We have some slow, but it's not... It doesn't go off fast enough, I guess. And you learn your lesson. Don't fight Vulcus Enforcer unless they changed them in the hotfix. Smalls charge larges is something we're not looking for. But I'm feeling pretty good. You don't have anything that just buffs poison, huh? I mean, like, nothing... No skill that buffs poison, or no loot that buffs poison. When sold. I'm not... But loot is a game type. It's an item type, okay? Like Catalyst. Catalyst is different now, too. Holy cow.
As spineless as a jellyfish.
See, that is poison generating, but it's not loot because it doesn't have the loot item type. I'm being very specific because I've been online for a long time. Not today specifically, I just mean in my life. I don't think that this is going to affect the levels of haste, but it's just nice to get. I do feel like plus ammo probably doesn't matter, but I also feel like if you'll allow me, going extra ammo on you does make me think that in the future I could put a catfish out there instead. I don't think I could do it right now. Aquatics. Small aquatics. I'm willing to fish on this one. We didn't get this at all except for right now. You're an aquatic. When you haste or slow.
Hey, you're a natural at
No
this.
matter what, I think you beat the mantis shrimp. Mantis shrimp is a burner, but it's a bad burner. You're going to be a shielder and a damager. And I'm leaving the... I also think there's a real case to be made for cutting the powder flask and running another aquatic. Because now we have 3 ammo. Let's just use this as a rule of thumb. It's probably going to change match to match. But let's see how... that's very interesting. Let's see how many times we had to use our elemental depth charge in order to win the fight. We're going to lose the fight. We've lost the fight.
I paint my ship red, but I don't.
So, the best laid plans of mice and men, etc., etc. That serves me right for getting greedy. I saw that Vanessa stats and I thought we had it in the bag. We'd actually just love something that burns more often. Oh, maybe we don't care. I think the crazy play is burn Clamora, so that it burns at the start of the fight,
But I'm a good
thus getting Zor Acid to go off a little faster, thus getting our depth charge to go off a little faster. I know it sounds crazy. That's the game is hitching, man. It's hitching. I also want to, if you'll give me a second here, I'm going to pull you, I'm going to place you. Just to get one more charge on it. And we know we own you. Well, the early burn buffs the worm. You get enough haste to get you to go off once. And then I don't know how much faster that leads to the depth charge going off, but... to me, that looked a lot smoother. Now, it was against the AI, so it's not really a fair fight, but...
Was that even a battle? Maybe a skirt?
3 Zor Acid runs in a row is crazy. It's a great skill, it's just not great for us right now. Shrouded Figure. I would love to lose some coin, man, to gain 2 to 4 XP.
Let's take the tyrant's whole kingdom!
She's so real for that. Sounds crazy, man.
Well,
Diamond Clamora.
the fire softens.
Slow 4 items at the start of battle. I want it. And then you, imagine if you became a better small aquatic. And it's a lot of haste, don't give, oh my god, please be an honorable pig. I don't know. I'm really happy with this run either way. I mean, how can you be mad about a run where you have like 7 enchanted items on the board, but...
Are you sure? Have you
Oh no, you hate to see that, man. You hate to see the 3 pig items everyone's complaining about. And I can freeze you, but you're gonna freeze me too. Wait a second, slowing down this bird though, that slows down everything. But I'm not reloading my depth charge anymore, so it's not gonna matter. That's funny, because if we reloaded our depth charge, we probably make it. Well, I don't know. No, I think they were still, just looking at their stats, I think they were still outscaling us, man. Even with the thing that powers the whole run permanently frozen, I think that they would still outscale. Well, maybe not. We were generating quite a lot of shield as well. But either way, I mean, we lost this one, but we didn't really lose because we made a huge mistake. We lost because, like, Pig is heavily overtuned right now. If you can see the future, though, that one's an easy win. But I'd probably be out, like, playing the lottery or something instead. Either way, I had a good time. Get a life. I hope you've enjoyed the episode. If you have, click the like button. Helps it a great deal. Subscribe if you want to see more in the future. For now, thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. Later.